Greetings. Today I want to talk about food stamps, okay? I've been watching videos on food stamps and I've seen where people have been losing their benefits or either their benefits has been reduced to next to nothing. Now, first of all, I did not know the government was giving people $1,000+ a month for having 5 or more children. Some people are getting $2,000 and $3,000 a month in food stamps. At least they were getting that much a month in food stamps. I didn't even think that was feasible. Okay, now, first of all, I'm a baby boomer. And if you were born between the years of 1946 to 1964, you were classified as a baby boomer. I was born in 55. Now, when I came along, we had large families. It wasn't nothing for a family to have 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18 children in one household, in one family. The fathers went to work. They worked 2 and 3 jobs. The women that did not work on a job, they hustled. They sold Avon. They sold whatever these commodities they had going on back then. They sold like Mary Kay, or they sold stuff, or they sold dinners. They hustled. They sold. They done alterations. They made clothes. They hustled to support their families. Food stamps didn't exist for us black people back then. And we definitely wasn't getting $1,000 a month for 10, 12, 15, 18 children, okay? So we had to survive. We leaned on each other. We depended on each other. We helped each other out. Everybody was a village. Everybody knew everybody. We knew how many children was in this household, how many was in that household, and that household could tell this household's children what and how to do. And you best to do it when you were told to do it. If not, they would come and report you and you would get your behind whipped. Now, the point I'm making is we were a large, it was 5 of us. We were a small house compared to some of the others. Because the house that I lived next door, when I grew up, that woman had 12 children. She was pregnant all my childhood. And the thing about it is she had 12 children. She had 11 boys and 1 girl. She didn't stop having children until she got that girl. Number 12 was that girl. And she was pregnant my whole childhood coming up. She was always pregnant, always pregnant. I saw her pregnant. So we didn't get that kind of help. The men worked jobs. The women worked that if they didn't work, they hustled. But here we've become so lazy and dependent on the government to take care of us, and we think we're obligated and we're entitled for the government to take care of us. We're getting $1,000 a month. That's not even including the welfare, the money, with the money stipend. That's not even including that. I'm talking about food stamps alone. I was like, I did not know people were getting that much food stamps because they had 5, 6, 7, 8, and plus, because they had all these children. And we didn't get it when I came along, we didn't get that. We didn't get that kind of help. No, we had to work. Our daddies had to go to work. Our mothers had to hustle. Come on now, we just didn't do that. I wasn't brought up like that. And when I heard these people were getting that kind of money, I'm like, what? What has this world come to? And then they're complaining about they can't get snacks. They want to get snacks. They can't get the pops and the snacks. When I go to the grocery store, I spend most of my 99.9% of my money is spent in produce. That's where I spend a lot of my money is in produce. Your vegetables, your fruits, your herbs. That's where I spend 99.9% of my money. 99.9% of my money. Every time I go to that store, I'm in that produce section. I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm trying this, I'm trying that. But look, you can make it work. We made it work. We wasn't eating lobsters and shrimp and all that finery food back then. My Lord, we grew up on beans and rice and potatoes, and we had leftovers. Like if we had spaghetti today, the next day it's gonna be into some chili or whatever we had throughout the week. On Saturday, she put it in a big old pot, put all that leftover in a big old pot, and made a pot of soup. Sunday we had Sunday dinners, like you had your ham or your chicken and your mac and cheese, your greens or your cabbage, your fish. You had all no fish was on Friday. Fish, coleslaw, and French fries. We had that religiously on Fridays. Every Friday was Fish Friday religiously. We're going to have that 5-pound box of whitey fish or some perch or some buffalo fish. Those were the 3 types of fish that I grew up on. I didn't know anything about red snapper and all this other finery fish. Or catfish. I didn't know anything about that type of fish because we didn't have it. We only had certain things that we grew up on. That's why I like to experiment and try new things, because a lot of things that I did not have as a child. And I learned in trying different things, the varieties, that I like some variety of things better than I do the things that I grew up on. So that's why I like trying different things, trying different vegetables. That's why I'm always in the produce section, because I want to try this. I want to try that. I never had that before. Let me figure this out. Let me taste this. Let me taste that. But I'm not getting no $1,000 a month in food stamps. As a matter of fact, I'm not getting food stamps, period, because I don't qualify. Wow, these people. Really? And let me tell you, some people, the $1,000 a month that y'all were getting in food stamps, there's an income that's called supplementary security income. Some people are not even getting $1,000 a month in their paycheck for their payment for the month. If you're getting, it's called SSI. I know there's Social Security and then there's supplementary, but I'm talking about the supplementary because Social Security, you have to work in order to meet their quota. And then they go back for the past 5 years and they take what you made in the past 5 years and they calculate how much you'll get a month according to how much you made in the last 5 years. But you have to work and you have to have met that quota that their requirements in order to get Social Security. If you don't meet the requirements to get the Social Security, you will get what they called SSI. And that's a lot less than Social Security. So some people are not even getting $1,000 a month in SSI, their income. And here these people are getting $1,000 plus a month in food stamps. And then there's Section 8. They're getting Section 8. I've never been on Section 8. I've always had to pay rent or pay the mortgage. Okay. But Section 8, only my sister was on Section 8 and she said Section 8 did not play. They didn't take no stuff. And she was scared of Section 8. She was so scared of Section 8 when she became sick. She was ill with cancer. She didn't want to go to the rehab at the nursing home because she was scared she was going to lose her place, her house, her housing. She would not go to rehab. She did not go to rehab. And she needed to go to rehab. But, Section 8 had put the fear of God in her. And then y'all getting on there telling your business, telling what you do and how much you got and how much you spend and how much you make. You don't tell everything, especially on no internet. Y'all choking and killing your own selves, hanging your own selves by hang your own self. That's what you're doing. Putting the rope around your own neck. That's what you're doing. Then you're on here crying, oh, I can't believe they did. Well, you talk too much. You're telling all your business. Braggadocious, and I think you getting over. Yeah, people are having it hard out here. Things cost more. Gas has gone up. I used to fill up my truck with $60. Now, and $60 that was on E, because I got to the point I couldn't afford that. I got to make sure my tank, when it reaches a certain amount, I'll go get some more gas because I can't afford $60 every time to fill it up. And now it's probably $100. So yeah, you have to make some adjustments. You really do. I have to make some. So I know you all have to make some. And everything costs more. Everything costs more. If you order something online, there's shipping and handling. Then I got a text today that the post office is going to start charging a tax, 8% tax, because of the gas, because of the war in Iran. Really, everything is going up. And if you got it made, keep your mouth shut. But still, you can survive. We survived. Our ancestors survived on less. And I mean a whole lot less. You just have to learn to improvise. You grow your own food. Start a garden. Grow what you like to eat. And if you want snacks, you just have to sacrifice and buy them. Or have your boyfriend or husband or somebody to buy them for you. When I came along, uncles and cousins and all them used to come by and give you nickels and dimes and quarters. Hey, now they probably don't have no nickels, dimes, and quarters. They probably give me $5. But whatever the case may be, you people on food stamps, you're going to have to learn to improvise. You're going to have to adjust, take care of them kids, feed them kids. Y'all don't have to eat high on the hog. Downsize, humble yourself. That's what our Bible class was about last night. Humbling yourself. Humble yourself and stay in your lane. Get what you can afford to get. As Mother used to say, you got to crawl before you can walk. Y'all want to run first, not crawl. Y'all want to run, not walk. Run. Y'all think everything we grew up that we have, that your parents have, your grandparents have, y'all think y'all supposed to have it right now. No. It took us years to get and accumulate what we had. When I first got married, all we had was a bed, okay? A bed. We had a place, but no furniture in it, just a bed to sleep on. Get up and go to work, come back. Then we got the furniture. We got a little bit at a time. We didn't get no whole house full of furniture all at one time. We got the best necessities. That's what we got. You have to crawl. You have to make it work. If you have to have a lawn chair or a plastic chair to sit in or whatever until you can do better, do that. Stop being so braggadocious and so proud and you got to have, but you can get your hair and your nails done. You can drive these new model vehicles. And then a lot of y'all was selling food stamps, taking it and giving it to these men, taking care of these men, these lazy, sorry, no good men that don't mean you any good. Nobody don't even mean themselves any good. But y'all was taking care of them. Come on now. You got to take care of the child. The food stamps are for the children, to make sure the children, and they're going hungry and they're only eating at school. And you know they're cutting out the school lunches. They stopping that too. Trump is stopping a lot of stuff. A lot of things he's stopping. Okay, half of us don't even have insurance. And then subject not to have hospitals to go to. So yeah. Y'all need to take care of these children and stop depending on the government because the government is shutting down. They've had enough. They don't want to take care of nothing but a war. That's all they want to take care of. They want to get richer off of a war. They don't care nothing about us. And it's amazing how the Bible say, be fruitful and multiply. But they say, oh, there's too many people in the world. We need to kill them. Kill them, kill them. They do opposite from what the Bible say. But you all take care of your children. If you don't get the food stamps, improvise, learn. And listen, somebody was on there talking about, I am not going to do no community service and I'm not going to go to no job. And you don't get the food stamps, boo. That's all I can say. Look, if you go into community service, that's like working. You getting the food stamps. But it's going to be a change in a lot of things and a lot of way a lot of you all are living. I did not know that y'all was getting it, that y'all had it going on like that. I did not know. I was in awe. I'm like, what? Really? This is how they've been living? Wow. But Trump has changed all of that. So y'all gonna have to get on the good foot, learn, think, improvise, humble yourself. Come on, you can eat. And like my husband say, it doesn't matter what you eat once you're full. You're full. It doesn't matter what you eat. Because see, I didn't grow up on all that fancy dancy stuff. I like certain things and I'll treat myself every once in a while. But it's not an everyday habit, everything, every week I'm not like that. So yeah, y'all not getting the food stamps, go to some beans and greens and potatoes and be like Shirley Caesar says, some greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, potatoes. You name it, that's what we grew up on, the vegetables, gardening, watermelons, put all that stuff out there in that ground that you like to eat. And then when you grow it, you keep a seed or two so you can plant it again the next year and you can have some more. Or if you want to, if you live in a cold climate, have a room in your house and continue gardening and put some in some pots and continue growing it in the house. You can do that too. But you have to learn to improvise. You have to put yourself in survival mode because those kids going to need to eat. I remember when I was coming up, mother used to sit at the table and have a belt. And she would tell us, there's children in Africa would love to eat what you got on your plate right now. I ain't caring about no children in Africa. I didn't want to eat this stuff. It wasn't what I wanted, but hey, I had to eat it because I didn't want to get my behind whipped. Okay? So sometimes it's like that. It may not be what they want. And then if we didn't eat it, when we got up for the next day for breakfast, it's there on that table. You're not getting nothing new until you ate it. So you may as well have ate it the first time because you weren't going to get nothing else. She could fix something fresh and everything is looking and smelling good. Everybody at that table is getting that but you. You got your leftovers from the day before, the night before because you did not eat it. Okay, you don't want it for breakfast? Okay, it'll come back to you for lunch. You don't want to eat it for lunch? Okay, it'll be back here for dinner. You wasn't getting nothing else until you ate that. That's how they were back then. They did not play. So you people crying about these food stamps, and I did not know y'all was getting it like that. Yeah, I can understand why the government is doing what it's doing. And all, because some of y'all have just made a pattern, generational habit. This generation, the next generation is just on and on and on and on. And that's not really what it's supposed to be. It's to help until you can get on your feet, till you can do better, till you can get a job. But some of y'all have taken it to be, oh, this is my survival. I'm just going to depend on this. And then some of y'all lying about that stuff. Y'all know y'all out there lying. Lying just to get, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Y'all keep y'all little dollars. Keep them. I'll just do without. I'll improvise and do without. Yeah, it's not that deep to me. And you're going to have to learn. You're going to take care of those children. Sometimes I have went hungry so mine could eat. And sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to let him eat all he want, and then I'll eat the leftovers. And it seemed like that's the time when he was really hungry, and he ate everything. So I'm like, oh, well, I just missed out on a meal. That's it. I let him eat. But that's what real mothers do. I mean, people different nowadays with their children, but I tried to do for mine. I really did. So you sacrifice for your child. Don't go out here stealing, doing something to go to jail. Don't do anything illegal. Just improvise. Improvise your food. Figure out another way. Make casseroles, make soups. If you have leftovers, change it into something else. Change the seasoning, put some seasoning, make a big old pot of soup. Put some chicken broth in there, or turkey leg, or ham hock, something. Make a soup. Make casseroles. You can do that. So just make sure they eat. And some of that stuff that you fix for them is healthier when you cook it yourself than all that junk, cookies and little bites and sodas and crackers and all that stuff. Cooking is better. Cooking is better. Just season it. Just season it. So you all be blessed. You all that are on food stamps and you've lost your food stamps, improvise. Do better. Make good with what you got, because you can survive. You got to put yourself in survival mode and think, how did we survive when we did not have food stamps? It was families that had 12, 13, 15 children in one house. We didn't get food stamps. The men were working 2 and 3 jobs. The mothers were selling Mary Kay's and Avons. They were altering, making clothes. They were doing hair. They were, they were just selling dinners. They were doing whatever it took to survive. If you got a hobby, make it into a business. Earn some extra money off of something you know you can do. Just have to improvise and take care of your children. You all be blessed. Bye.